friends, welcome back to the Renewed Homestead. I'm Ben, and today we're going to talk about our rabbits and what we've been up to, all things related to those rabbits. Behind me is our old setup, and this is it's actually a dog kennel that our neighbor gave us a few years back, and maybe if you go back you might find the video on that and see what we did, but it's had issues, and I'm going to tell you how we remedied those issues. One of the problems with this is that these are very long, which is great for the animals, more room to run, even though they didn't. Most of the rabbits would just hang out in their little area and, didn't move a whole lot until it was time to bring them out for breeding, checking them, whatever it might be. Well, Denise or I would have to actually crawl in halfway in here to reach in there, and the rabbit would run into the little box in the back, and the other one of us would have to be in there and pull them out. Not a big deal. But it's extra work. And, that's one of the things we try to work on here is efficiency. We want to make things as easy as possible. Hey, we're not getting any younger. We stay active, but why make things more difficult on ourselves, right? So recently we ran into a problem, and you've seen some of those videos where we had a whole bunch of babies, and then all of a sudden we didn't have babies, and we couldn't figure it out. Some were dying, and that was a different issue, but recently, we went from, I believe, 16 cute little baby bunnies down to 3. And then 2. And 2 is all that survived from those. So we've been watching and we couldn't figure out, the cats were hanging out underneath and we thought, well, are they doing something? It wasn't making any sense. Well, I tell you, graphic moment here, graphic warning. We came in and one of the little baby bunny heads was still sitting between the slats that run in here. And we figured out what was happening is when the babies were getting big enough to jump out of the net boxes in the back, they were coming along, and if their leg or whatever stuck down between the slats, cats were using their claws, pulling them down and eating them. Life on a farm, right? It sucks. And we couldn't figure it out. And once we finally did, it's like, okay, we've got to do something now. So let me take you around the side here and show you what we came up with. All right, so we're on the back side of the current rabbit hutch. And so we said, well, all right, how are we going to stop this problem? Well, right behind it is the big barn. This is the old barn. And we had some cages. So we said, well, we need to get these up higher off of the ground for the sake of the cats. We don't want to lose any more rabbits that way, any babies. But we also wanted it protected because we do have winter coming, and it is a lot easier when it's breeding time to reach into a small cage, get the girls, and you always want to introduce the girls to the boys in the boys' cage. If you put the boy in the girl's cage, she'll fight him. Not a good thing. Not a pretty sight. So anyway, this is basically all reclaimed material. We didn't have to go to the store for any of this. We have 6 cages back here, and you saw the video on building the nesting boxes. I obviously set those to fit exactly in here, but they seem happy. I mean, we've got them up here, and as you pan back, we've got a roof over it because we'll have the rain and the snow from the big barn coming down here, and then a rain gutter. And yeah, from back there, it looks like it's at uneven. Intentionally it is. We want all that water and snow to run off the end, and we'll possibly set up rain catchment, even though the creek is right behind you. But it channels it off. We've actually finally got some rain. We've had, I think, 3 rain days in the last 2 months, but it's testing out very well. The rabbits are staying dry.
Well, now
and
4, almost 5.
That's true. It did rain last night, so 4, maybe 5 days of rain. Finally. But anyway, so yeah, it's working well. The mamas seem happy. You want to come in and see our cute little baby bunnies? Then he steps around Loki there. He's assisting today. Hi, Mama. We're going to show off your babies. There's some in there. They look like we're raising miniature bears on the property.
Do you want to explain why the nesting boxes?
Well, the the nesting boxes are just for security. For the mama, she'll build her nest. She'll pull her own hair out and put straw and whatever material she can. Build a nice little box, and it'll keep them warm. And then once they get bigger, as you can see with this one, we turn it up on its side so that they can get out easy and mill around and start learning to eat hay or grasses or whatever it is we're feeding at the time, pellets. But yeah, it's just a nice little cozy home for them. The ones that don't have the nesting boxes, or should I say, the ones that aren't having babies right away and choose to sleep in there, and they poop and they pee because it is a solid floor, we just give them a bucket. So they have some security, but it's not as difficult to clean out because these were designed to fit in there very specifically and very tight. So it just makes it easier, huh, Mama? I know. Aren't you a pretty girl? Aren't you a pretty girl? I know. So anyway, so yeah, we're set up for winter. We'll probably put some kind of a side over here because the wind tends to come through this way, and that way they're protected. But rabbits do really well in the cold. They don't mind it. I mean, obviously freezing temperatures, we'll probably come out and throw, we've got some old moving blankets or something over just for a little extra protection on those really, really cold days. But other than that, they are perfectly happy with cool weather. So yeah, that's our rabbit update here. Okay, I know some of you will be concerned out there. The cats do not mess with the large rabbits. In fact, they'll go up nose to nose in their cages. Don't bother them one little bit. It's just the little babies when they were crawling out of this back area here onto those slats. Their little legs had slipped through. That's where the problem came in. But the big bunnies are fine, and once the babies get a little bit bigger, they're fine too. But there's that crucial period in there. It wasn't going well, so that's the fix. Hi, cutie. Hi, cutie. Isn't he or she adorable? Not old enough to sex yet, so we don't know what it is. But wait, what? Right. She says go give us a thumbs up and subscribe. And that comfrey root will be available for a little while longer. Fall is here, then we're heading towards cold. And get yourself a hori knife. It's great for gardening because you can mix in your rabbit poop with your dirt and soil, and it's already fertilized, so you're ready to go. But yeah, anyway. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for joining. Hope you have a wonderful day. I appreciate the prayers. We're praying for you. Right? Okay. Take care. God bless. We will see you on the next video. Bye.
Make it so.